Hello, I am Yashika, the wealthy teacher, and I am just coming to you to do a quick chat. We have so many educators, whether you have been in education for 1 year or 5 years or 10 years. I just want to start doing these little mini quick chats just to kind of story tell about my experience in education for over 20 years as a veteran. I have so many stories I can share, but my whole goal is for you to know that you are not alone in this system of education, especially when you feel like you've been called to it. So I'm just going to share little stories. I'm going to pour into you, pray over you. And if you are enjoying the quick chats, please subscribe and please share with other educators. Like I said, I have been in education for over 20 years and I have done several different assignments. But let's start with my very first year in education. I'm excited. I'm coming from being a representative at Enterprise Rent a Car, where you work almost 60 hours a week. I had a new baby, so planning a wedding. So I was excited about stepping into the role of education and becoming a teacher because I felt like it was going to give me more time with my newborn son. It was going to open up, more opportunities from just the hustle and bustle of every day getting up, just trying to rent cars. I felt like being dishonest. If you work for Enterprise, you may know telling people they have cars and they don't, but that's another story. But anyway, I remember being offered the job and I was so excited until I stepped into the classroom. They were like, let's show you your classroom. They opened the door. Mind you, it was in an area that was low socioeconomic area. My subject that I was great at in school was math, but all they had was a reading subject area available, and it was students with disabilities. So I'm like, I'm up for the challenge. So I opened the door to my classroom, and lo and behold, it is chaotic. Books everywhere. Not like newer books, but just old stacks of books, boxes of books, bookshelves pushed against the wall. It was just an absolute disaster. Mind you, I later found out that the teacher's class that I'm taking over, she had just experienced a heart attack and she passed away. So it was just like fear. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I've told my job that I am putting in my letter of resignation. I will no longer be with them. But I'm walking into something that was so overwhelming immediately because I'm new to the world of education. I went to school and received a degree in business. So I am completely new to the world of education, not even knowing where to start. Hence why I wanted to be a math teacher and not a reading teacher. So I still took on the challenge. The walls were dingy, dirty. So the first thing I had to do was shift and change the environment. It had to be something that students would want to even come into. So, did I tell you that school was going to be starting in like less than a week? Forgot to mention that. So, I'm trying to figure out how can I get paint so I can paint these walls to just give it some type of spark. The desks were old. I started just trashing stuff. I don't even know if I was supposed to even trash some of the books, but I did it because I'm like, nobody's reading this stuff. They were probably 30 years old, some of that stuff. But anybody who knows being an exceptional education teacher, sometimes you feel like you get, the leftovers. So you basically have to work with what is given to you, or you'll learn over years that you have to invest your own money, which guess what? I did that plenty of times, spent my own money. needless to say, I teamed up with another teacher who was new just like me, and we just became teacher besties to help each other get through that school year. But look, it was a challenge. It was a middle school setting. So I'm dealing with like 6 different classes, so many different behaviors, which, when you're thinking about students with disabilities, sometimes you're just thinking about maybe the academic side of it, but a lot of it is that behavioral side of it. And that is exactly what I was dealing with. But I learned so much about the students of just wanting to feel like they could learn or believe that they could learn. So within me and my feelings of wanting to just exit quickly and just abandon the assignment of the teaching platform, the Lord is like, stay. Let's see how this year is. Stay. And I realized that I was there so that the kids could understand that they were capable of learning. And if you're listening, that's the biggest thing you can give your children, giving them the understanding that they are capable of learning, they are capable of being successful. So it was many a days I was sick. I'm not going to even lie to you, like just sick feeling because I was not enjoying what I was doing. I remember I would go to church on Sunday, but then I would have to listen to just TBN at the time with different people speaking, just trying to build myself up to face a Monday. So I don't know if that's you right now where you're like, man, I have to just figure out how can I even face another day with stepping into the classroom. That what I will tell you now, the key is building yourself up spiritually. I wasn't all the way in at that time over 20 years ago, but I knew that was a key piece of it. But building yourself up, staying in the word, speaking over yourself, because what I learned, if I'm empty, I have nothing to give the students, even some of those that were at that time the most problematic students. So we just have to stay the course, especially if you know that you have been called. That was when I tell you that built something within me, perseverance that overflowed even into my personal life of knowing, man, if I can get through this, I can get through any and everything. Like I fully accepted the challenge of becoming the best teacher that I could be, even diving into, school again, getting my master's in education because I wanted to make sure that I was putting my all in all in it. So I'm just here to tell you it may be difficult right now. Like I can honestly tell you that education is not just this easy sector of society that people feel like, oh, it's just easy to be a teacher or easy to be anything in education right now. Even if you're a guidance counselor, even if you're a behavior specialist, even if you are an administrator, it's so many challenges that comes with being in education. But just remember, if God has placed you there, he's equipped you to do what needs to be done. So like the young woman I was over 20 years ago, walking into that classroom that just was a hot mess that I wouldn't even want my own children to be a part of. The Lord allowed me to make the classroom like a home away from home, a safe place for my students where they knew that progress was progress, no matter how small the progress, how slow the progress was, that progress was progress. And I even see my kids now, my students now, with what my assignment now is in education, helping them with their children. Like God is so amazing because if I would have flee the assignment, or if I wouldn't have built those relationships with those students back then, their encounter with me now would be way different. But now it's open arms. It's just happy to see me. It's, I know that you helped me so you can help my children. So stay the course. If the Lord has called you to the sector of education, stay the course. You are capable to fulfill the assignment that he's called you to do. If I can give you any word of advice, it's something that my brother shared with me. Leave work at work. Sometimes we feel like we just need to take mounds of work home, but leave work at work, because you have a family. You have to build yourself up and pour into yourself. So you need to make sure you give yourself time to do that, and you don't make your home a place of work, or bringing that stress to your home or your family. And I would like to leave a scripture um, that I want you to check out for yourself. If you want to go and read a scripture about perseverance and how joy comes with that, I want you to check out James 1:2 through 4, and just build up your inner man. And just know you have a team of people that are rooting for you, fighting for you, praying for you, and you are built for this. If you have been inspired in any way, please subscribe to this and share it with other educators. All right. Until next time, be blessed.